You're back on the Business Roadshow. A new study found majority of Gen Z college students in the Philippines prefer multiple part-time jobs over one full permanent job. And they are also looking for dynamic and flexible employment opportunities that invest in upskilling of workers to be able to adapt to tech innovation. Now, for more on that behavior and more, it's good to have you here. Now, we premise this interview on the fact that, that this generation of workers are more into gigs than permanent employment, which also means they might be able to get exposure into a lot of functions in a business or in a corporate setting, which entails they have to have skills.
Right.
They have to have the tools to be able to perform all of these piecemeal tasks. Now, you are advocating the importance of offering opportunities for learning in information technology in business. Tell us about this.
Right. So this month, Stanley, we're launching 2 new specializations that are business focused because we believe IT professionals should have business know-how to use tech into into organizational growth.
Okay.
And we do that through our business-focused specializations, which are marketing technology and entrepreneurship technology. So now we veer away from the traditional IT degree, wherein more emphasis is placed on technical skills. Rather, we focus on more soft skills, critical thinking, analysis, business know-how, working with people, and the use of technology to contribute to organizational growth.
So this is really a generation or a century, in fact, if you will, with IT not just as support individuals or supporting members of the organization, but they can be strategic as well, be involved in running the business planning and setting goals as far as business operations are concerned. Now, that offer might have answered a pain point. What is the current state of the IT industry that you came up with that idea? You want to weave that into general practice, into the mainstream in today's business operations?
We've talked to some of the bigger organizations in the IT industry, and they keep telling us that more than technical skills, they are looking for graduates that have soft skills such as critical thinking, analysis, working with people, the use and development of technology. And we tried to address that pain point through our modern and progressive learning model called the Projects, Problems, and Cases learning model, wherein we veer away from traditional exams. Instead, we place focus more on outputs, building projects, solving problems, and analyzing cases.
Okay, hold that thought. A lot of students might get excited about the fact that, this is a no-exam environment, but the challenge really is to apply what they know in specific real-life situations, or realistic situations. So how was the response to that scheme?
Right. So this year, we're happy to share that we've had over 100% increase in enrollees, and we're continually growing. And being digital allows us to have students from all over the Philippines, from Cagayan in the north all the way to Sarangani in the south. So I'm happy to share that reception has been quite positive over the past few years.
And by saying that, you're also saying that the classes, the sessions are not physical sessions exactly. You're offering these courses online as well.
Yes, all classes are purely online. However,
all classes. So there is no physical class actually.
Right now, all classes are purely online. However, we do have live learning experiences for those students who prefer face-to-face interactions.
Okay, tell us about the projects, because this seems to be the gauge now on how students are learning. You're saying in lieu of grades, you're having projects. Can you describe to us what these projects are like?
Right. So in a term, our students are given one big project, and then working towards that projects are smaller milestones, problems, and cases in preparation for the big project that they are working on in a term. And these projects have real-world applications. For example, we have a lot of students from Negros Occidental, and right now there's a solid waste management problem there. So we ask our students to solve the solid waste management problem in Negros Occidental.
Okay.
We also ask them to actually build businesses, small businesses, that they can implement in the real world.
Okay, so did they succeed in doing so?
Yes. In fact, these are not just paper or theoretical outputs. They are actually actual outputs. Like one of our students actually came up with a product, and one of our students came up with an actual plan on solving the solid waste management problem. So quite successful indeed.
When did you first launch the program, and how have you been growing?
In 2021, we launched the Digital College, and ever since, we've been growing exponentially. As mentioned, this year we received over 100% increase in enrollees, and then next year we're targeting around 50%, so it's an exponential growth.
So you're saying it's a digital college. What are the courses, if you will, that you're offering under these programs?
Right. Currently, we have one banner program, which is the BS Information Technology. And there are two groups of specializations, the development-focused specializations, which are network and cybersecurity and software development. And then the business-focused specializations, which are data analytics, marketing technology, and entrepreneurship technology. So if you notice, these are highly specialized courses that are very much in demand locally and even abroad.
Josh, I've been wondering what the challenge is like for you in the age of AI. How is this affecting, or how is this pushing you to improve these programs further?
In our digital college, we encourage the use of AI as a powerful tool to accomplish more, be more efficient, produce better outputs, because now in the advent of generative AI and all these technology, the challenge is not knowing the technical skills that these technologies can do. It's rather doing more than what they can do. For example, decision making, integrating systems, creating more efficiencies in the organization, and so on. So that's the challenge to our modern learners now. How can you stay relevant in the advent of AI and other tech tools that can really augment what you can do as a professional?
And one way perhaps to measure, gauge your success in this venture is how organizations and businesses are reacting to your products. What have you been hearing so far from corporates and from businesses about the kind of graduates that you produce?
Right. So we're working very closely with some of the biggest organizations in the Philippines, including McDonald's, 7-Eleven, the biggest BPOs like Concentrix, Everise, Genpact, Sutherland, etc. And they appreciate our learning model. In fact, we also consult them on the skills that they are looking for in their potential employees, and we try to integrate these skills in our learning model so that when our students graduate, they are ready to face real-world challenges and they become more employable.
All right, you mentioned about the McDonald's experiences. In fact, it is a partnership with MMDC. With your commitment and understanding and upskilling and reskilling working students to be more, adept to that kind of environment and new demands of their job. Tell us about that McDonald's experience and how is this helping the organization?
We're continuously working with different organizations to leverage on their expertise. And we also want to leverage on their network to produce more equipped working students. So McDonald's has always been passionate about empowering the youth and promoting successful working student stories. So we are partnering on a continuing education scholarship program wherein a certain percentage would be shouldered by our school and a certain percentage would be shouldered by McDonald's to produce college graduates within their organizations.
All right. Let's talk about screening now for students. Is it tough? Is it difficult to get into MMDC?
I wouldn't say tough, but there still is a screening process. Okay. We have a simple exam that would measure the readiness of our students to learn in this progressive model. If a student falls slightly lower than the standards, then we have remediation classes to ensure that they can keep up with this modern learning model.
What about the price, cost to value? How would you describe that experience?
I'd say we offer very reasonable tuition rates. For a term, it would, and assuming the student takes a full load of 5 subjects, he or she would only have to pay around 20,000 pesos. And then we're trimester, so a student will graduate in 3 years and 1 term. So that's around 200,000 pesos to get a college degree, a Mapúa Malayan college degree.
Okay, so this is not the time of 4-year courses where you've reduced the number of years spent in college much shorter. So are people liking this experience?
Yes, in fact, we do conduct interviews, we talk to our students, we consult them, we ask their thoughts about our learning model, and we've received an overwhelming positive response. In fact, they're the ones who encourage their friends and colleagues to enroll in this new digital college model.
All right, the digital college model. Is it a crowded space? Talk about competition now and what you have to offer that the others don't offer.
Right, so aside from our unique learning model that does not have traditional exams, we also offer flexibility for our working students. We only require our students to attend 7.5 hours of classes with professors per week.
Okay,
and
that's per week?
Yes.
Okay, that's quite loose. Pretty relaxed, if I may say.
Because of the uniqueness of our model.
Okay.
So those are classes with professors. They have morning, afternoon, and evening schedules. However, in addition to that, our students are also required to meet their teachers and mentors at least once a week in a smaller group, like 5 to 10 students per session or one-on-one, for a coaching and mentoring session to ensure that they can keep up with the learning. And that's how our students are able to work at the same time or do side gigs, as you mentioned earlier.
Okay, Josh, curriculum is on the one hand. On the flip side, of course, is the credibility of the teaching staff, the professors. Describe to us what your teaching staff is like, maybe who they are, that kind of the portfolio of those handling these sessions.
Right. All our teaching staff, including those who conduct the classes as well as those who make the curricula, are industry professionals, ensuring that what we teach our classrooms are actually being implemented in the real world, further solidifying the readiness of our graduates to face real-world challenges.
All right. Lastly, and for those interested, a lot of young people are now actually shopping for schools, which schools and courses to pursue. What is your elevator pitch for your institution?
Right. So, if college students are considering business degrees, we highly encourage you to consider IT degrees that are business focused, and our college, which offers flexibility, affordability, and workforce readiness. So if you want to know more about our college, just go to our website. It's www.mmdc.mcl.edu.ph, or check out our social media accounts. It's at Mapúa Malayan Digital.
All right. On that note, Josh,